Hi, I'm Richard Smith, British triathlon coach, and we're here at Odd Down in Bath with 220 Triathlon magazine to hopefully help you master the fourth discipline of triathlon, which is transitions. So the first thing we need to think about are the basic rules of triathlon transitions. Probably the most important thing is as you come into transition, you need to put your helmet on, fasten your helmet before you even touch your bike, and then you can take your bike off the rack. Running through transition, you must mount after the mount line. The subsequent rule is as you come in back into the transition area, you need to dismount your bike before the bike dismount line and rack your bike back on the rack before you undo your helmet. So you can't run through transition with your helmet in your hand. So on race day, most people are quite nervous when they first arrive at the race venue. And to help settle your nerves, what I'd recommend you doing is going to the race administration, collecting your race number, timing chip, and then walking with all your kit to the transition area. Before you start setting up your transition, just spend some time walking through and orientating yourself to the whole race layout. So knowing where the swim exit is, where you're going to come into transition, walking through to your point or place in the transition area, walking to the bike out, and then coming back through for the bike entry and the run exit. So you've got in mind your whole race plan, and that will just help you settle your nerves. So instead of setting up your kit, just put your kit in transition area and have a really good walk around and view the race layout. Okay, so once you've done your walkthrough and you've orientated to your transition area, you'll find that you'll have a certain point in the racking that you need to put your bike and your kit. One of the big mistakes that novices make is they don't decide what kit they need, so they bring a large box or a big kit bag full of kit, and the transition area straight away looks a little bit like a jumble sale. What we need to do is plan what kit we need for the day. So have a look at the weather. Also think about whether your approach to the race is about comfort or efficiency and speed, and that will dictate what kit you actually use in the race. And try and make that decision, otherwise your indecisiveness will build your nerves before race day. One of the reasons for walking the transition area is to inform how you set the bike up. If the bike exit goes going up a steep hill, you actually want to change into an easier gear, and you also want to set the pedal so when you're mounting the bike, the pedal is in a set position. So once you've done that, you can take the bike back onto the rack and you can position it. And a top tip which will help you is to actually turn the bike slightly in the direction you're going to run out in. So when you run to your bike, you're going to lift your bike off the rack and it tells you which direction to leave transition in. So in terms of setting up your transition area, you actually want to set it up in reverse. So the things you're going to need at the end of the race, i.e. your run kit, go at the back of the transition area, and the things you're going to need first coming in from the swim, i.e. your bike helmet, goes at the front of the transition area. One of the rules is you're not allowed to mark your transition area, and it has to be in line with the bike. So if I lay a towel down, something that's fairly distinctive, that's also going to give me a marker of where my bike is. My running shoes go at the back of the transition area. I'm going to wear a hat and also some race nutrition, so a gel, that goes at the back of the transition area. And then I start to work forwards in the things I'm going to need next. So my bike shoes, my race number, and then finally I can lay my helmet out. And the way to lay your helmet out is open with the straps adjusted, so it's really easy to put on. And very simply, that would be my transition area, even as a novice. For your first couple of triathlons, you might want to think more about comfort than speed. So keeping warm on the bike, particularly in weather conditions like we've had today. So things like arm warmers are really useful. And the way to set your transition up is you'd have to roll them down to put them on. So if you already roll them down and just put them on the hoods of your handlebars, they're ready to put on. And if you're putting a waterproof or a gilet, try and have something that's got a half zip. So again, you can roll it down and it more easily goes on over your head, as opposed to trying to put a wet garment or with cold hands trying to do your zips up. So as with everything in triathlon, you must practice. This is free time and free speed. So all the training you put into your swim, bike and run can fall apart if you don't practice your transitions. And it's very simple to do. Just getting your kit laid out properly makes a huge difference.